guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Foster-Kaczynski, and tonight we are watching with you guys Viking!
Episode 5 of Season 1. This one is called Raid. Alright, last episode, what happened?
Last episode, Ragnar was on trial.
Yes.
He won it. Fair and square.
He won, yeah.
But the Earl, our son, son of a bitch, wanted to please Dirty. And
he wasn't happy that he
killed a few of his friends, yeah.
He killed wannabe Thor. The blonde one that really looks like MCU's Thor with Chris Hemsworth. But yeah, no, that guy's dead, and Ragnar is basically sitting on the hillside, just looking in the distance with his eyes really blue.
Preparing himself for what's coming.
Oh, he's fighting back, you know. Maybe not like the way people would think you'd fight back. Like, I don't know if he's gonna just straight up claim, I'm fighting you, this is war. I don't think so. He's more intelligent than that, but he's definitely not gonna let that slide, for sure. So there you go. Last episode I was also very surprised by Rollo. I like the character.
I did believe that he was maybe gonna betray his brother, because it's true, let's face it, that guy wants to be on top.
He doesn't really like that Ragnar is taking charge most of the time. But, I mean, loyalty was stronger on his brother's side, it looks like.
Yeah,
maybe
secret and everything. You don't betray your own kind.
Maybe, I mean, he's an enigma, but I like a character with layers. So, as much as I hate some of his ways, I was really happy with his decisions last episode. I think it was intentional for the showrunners to present him as such a character that is so different from what we would love in a hero, so we would doubt him in this episode. And then he surprises us, which means he has layers. So I love a character with layers, so I'm excited to see what his character is going to do in the future and how his relationship is going to develop. He did say he saved Ragnar for his wife, though, so that's not a good thing. Alright, so let's see how they react to the death of their friends, what they do next, and if they fight back. Let's go!
He searches for your death, consults the gods.
I know what he's doing. He's preparing himself.
And be prepared he will be.
He looks prepared. He looks really determined. People keep saying that he's probably one of the best characters in history of television, and I'm like, I don't know if he's gonna go there, but right now I'm really enjoying him. So,
I don't know if that's gonna bite him in the ass by the end, but I think that sometimes he's a bit too cocky for his own sake.
He is cocky, but he's also a Viking. And I mean, it makes him likable for the others, I feel like. I mean, they laugh with him.
He's cocky with the Earl. With the chief.
Yeah, I mean, with that one, yeah, but he doesn't like him.
Yeah.
May I ask you something? Am I still your slave?
Does it matter?
It matters because I've noticed that in your world, slaves are often treated worse than dogs.
Do I treat you like a dog?
It's not my point.
In any case, what do you say your world? You live here now. This is your world.
He's right. He's right.
And I've never seen you try to escape.
Oh,
I'm less and less interested in escaping now.
He's been doubting his god.
Even if I could. But I would like to be a free man.
If it matters so much to you.
It does. What are you preparing for?
What do you mean?
I've watched you. You're about to do something. You've made yourself very strong.
He needs to be ready if he wants
What
to
do the
start
gods say?
something.
What do you know about our gods? Priest. Finish the fish.
Oh.
In silence.
Since he doesn't receive answers from his god and he's starting to doubt his religion, he wonders if their religion works, if he got to hear what his gods had to say. He got no answer either, so that's pissing him off. Hide, kid. Hide. Oh, shit.
Let the man who thinks that he is descended
No,
from the
it's
gods
them.
learn that he is human after all.
Okay, no piece of shit. I had hoped that he would wait a little bit before doing something stupid.
Get behind. Shh. Take this. Stay back.
Should we run?
No. We stay. Your father will be back.
But there are too many of them.
Stay strong. Be ready.
Oh, she's so cool. Run.
Kill them all, a la Patriot. You can do it.
He's not Mel Gibson. Does the Earl really think that no one is gonna be angry that he did that to him? If someone survived, they can just spread the story. Oh shit! He's so good! Oh shit!
Okay, maybe it's like a Mel Gibson.
Oh fucking hell! I got hurt. Yeah, I know. He still wins! Holy shit! Oh, that was fun! Save your family. Ah! Oh, piece of shit! This guy too, I want him to die.
In the house, my lord!
You're hurt.
I have to go now. Quickly, Peter. Come on, boy.
But I won't go without you.
Boy, don't argue.
Papa, I don't want to go without you.
He's a loyal son. Oh, precious kid.
Ragnar, look! Show yourself!
He's giving them time to leave. Oh. Oh, this is so cool. He pretended to be way too weak and stuff.
Bring him back alive. Yes, Lord.
But
He's
hurt.
very strong. He is hurt for real, but he's good. He's really good.
Shit.
Oh my god. Jump! You don't have a choice! Just
There he is.
so fitting. Trust. Oh. Oh.
Is he dead? He's dead, isn't he? He's dead.
Is he dead?
I don't know, Lord.
Seize his boat.
Yes, Lord.
He's a criminal. He's not entitled to property. And if you come across his family, bring them here so that we can talk to them.
Yes, Lord Harrelson.
There's a bunch of men who will not like what just happened, especially after he was deemed innocent.
Elia! Get the work of the ash. And the garlic. And the sage. Get the sage. We'll make a paste to put on the bones. But first, we must clean them. And the only way to make them clean is with fire. Bjorn, get more logs back there.
For all his craziness, he really knows how to react and stuff.
This is Earl. He is a Swede. This is my wife, Siggy. And my daughter, Thierry.
Daughter?
You're welcome, my lord.
Come, feast with us. Sit over here, so that you may get to know each other a little better.
I don't think the mom is very happy that he's just giving away his daughter like this.
Why would they get to know each other better?
Because they've been married.
There you go.
But he's...
It's arranged.
He's old and
The
stuff.
celebration shall be later this year when I shall return laden with gifts. In the meantime,
That's the thing during that time.
please accept this as a token of my affection.
I dedicate this blade to the goddess. To Freya. Wisdom might you give us, Freya. And healing hands while we live.
Hail to Disha.
Oh.
For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under the sun. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to kill, and a time to heal. Mary, Mother of God, listen to me. Do not let this man die.
It's crazy because they were both like questioning their fates and now it's all they have.
He's a powerful man. How are you?
Save me from these people.
Oh.
How did you know I was here?
It was Rollo who said that if you were alive, you might be here.
Then why did he not come himself?
Because he thought the Earl's men would be looking for him especially.
Yeah.
It is no secret that all of the crew are being watched. I heard they burnt down your farm.
We also slaughtered all our livestock. We have nothing left.
You were alive. Ragnar is alive.
Yep.
Your children are alive. You have everything left.
We also need to eat. And we are already eating some of your winter supplies, Floki.
The gods will provide.
He's a good man. Holy shit. He cares a lot about them.
For everything there is...
Siggy.
Should have known.
I was sure.
I've come to warn you. You must leave at once. Today.
Well, holy shit.
That may be why he refused to wed the daughter.
That might be why she was looking at the whole thing with that look on her face. Holy shit! He wants to sleep with everyone's wife!
He should probably find him a wife.
He will stop. Ah, shit. Let's see. Oh, shit.
Where's Ragnar Lothbrok?
He's dead.
Are you sure? You seem to have a little trouble opening your mouth.
Holy shit, he looks like Ragnar in this shot.
Perhaps I could make that a little easier for you.
Oh my god. Oh. Okay, I'll give him that. He is loyal. He's really loyal.
When will he be better?
I was visited in great secrecy by Earl Harson's wife, Siggy. She told me that her husband had played a trick on Rollo and imprisoned you, trying to find where you were. Then he tortured him.
He tortured my brother.
Oh my god.
That man is dead. That man is dead.
It's a trap for you, Ragnar.
Oh, it is a trap, but he knows. What would you do? What would you do?
I won't let my sibling be tortured to death.
It's nice to know, thank you. He's not healed or anything. Like, if he goes there and he's not healed and stuff, he's just gonna die and his brother's gonna be killed right after.
I want you to go in to get the kettle. All
want you to ask for a meeting with the Earl. And when you meet him, challenge him to a personal combat. With me. Tell him if he refuses, Shane will stalk him for the rest of his life. And Odin will never permit him into Valhalla.
No, ain't Flucky. He's gonna be all devilish when he's gonna say it.
Yeah, but this episode went by way too fast. Oh shit. Is he gonna do it though? Because the thing is...
Can I send casting?
What? You wanna see the casting?
No. Can I send casting?
Yeah. There's actors from all over the world in this show currently.
I know.
But the thing with the Earl is that he says a lot of things. Like he's saying that he's always had the favor of the gods, but then after that he's asking if the gods really exist. Like he hears that people are saying that Ragnar might be linked to the gods directly, that he's part of their family, and then he's asking for their favors in order to kill him, and he reacts by attacking his house. You know, I heard him say something like, he thinks himself like one of the gods. Let's remind him that he's human. He's so scared that he's gonna lose the favor of the gods, especially after the elders basically said that see what they did to your son, see what happened to your sons. So I think
he didn't have all the favor that you thought.
I feel like he's trying so hard to regain that favor. It's almost like he believes he lost it, and he's trying really hard to regain it, and he's scared that someone with more favor is gonna be challenging him, Ragnar, and he's gonna lose. So he's using like these schemes and stuff. So if Ragnar challenges him to combat like this, I'm afraid that, I mean, I want him to decide, yeah, okay, you know what, because of my honor, because if I act a coward, I will lose what I've been trying to gain again, like the favor of the gods. So I will fight you man on man, and I'll show that I'm the strongest.
I wouldn't be surprised though if he tries to trick Ragnar.
That's the thing.
During the fight, to make a dirty one fight.
But that's the thing, like, I'm almost expecting him to do something dirty, something to cheat and win easier, but I feel like maybe if he does that, it's going to be even worse than just not accepting the fight. So it all depends on where he stands as a person and where his honor is, because this is important. Like, for them, hearing about their mythology and their beliefs, it's incredible. It's such...
The tales are great, yeah.
Oh, the tales are amazing, and it's so different. Like, we're basically like the priest. All we know is our story. We know the Bible. We know what we grew up with this, so we know this, but we've only heard a little bit about everything else, but holy shit, sometimes it's rich in details and in valors and stuff. It's so different. No wonder the priest is reacting like this. We're basically the same. So,
Yeah.
So to hear about this, and then after that he challenges the Earl, I feel like they said their culture is one of strength, honor, and not the rewards, but what you gain by living by those rules, you know, by being a strong warrior, and then after death you keep on being that warrior and you feast with the gods, and then after that, when Ragnarok comes, you still fight. You never stop fighting. This is what their culture is about. So I feel like depending on where the Earl is standing with the gods and with his beliefs, he might take on the challenge and do this the right way, or he's gonna take the coward's way out and do this like you said, he's gonna cheat and stuff. So it just depends on where he stands, and I'm afraid he's gonna cheat, but if he cheats and people notices, then we'll forget that. People are gonna lose him because they don't believe in that. I'm actually really surprised that most of these men are still following the Earl.
Sorry.
It's late, but you know, we know that peer pressure is really it's huge. It's a huge thing, and from episode 1 we know that they've been casting judgment on people based on everyone approving, but it has to be majority, and not majority, but everyone needs to vote the same and stuff. So when you're the only one who doesn't raise his hand, her hand, or I don't know, but when you don't raise your hand, and you're the only one who doesn't do it, peer pressure is strong. So they tend to follow general opinion, and then it's easy to sway that opinion by making jokes, by you know, spreading lies. We saw it in the trial, and you guys have been pointing this out as well. We had the Earl tell this story, and people were basically just putting Ragnar on the ground and stuff. But then earlier in the same episode, no, the episode before that, when he came back from his voyage with his treasures, people were laughing with him. They were, enjoying what he succeeded at doing, his travel and stuff. They were on his side, but then tell a lie and they switch. It's so easy to sway someone, to sway the majority like this, and it's dangerous. So I feel like if the Earl,
it's, like you said, they're living by trusting each other.
Yeah.
Why would you believe that
he's
your
lying?
Earl is lying to your face? Huh?
Yeah.
The Earl is supposed to be the man that is protects you, helps you. But
that's why.
Glory.
That's why I'm surprised that so many people are willing to follow him here, because he was there and everyone was there when Ragnar was declared innocent. But then there are men that still follow the Earl enough to go murder an innocent man without being arrested or anything, and then they burn down his house and kill the people working there, and they don't care. I'm like, he's supposed to be innocent, so where's your honor there? Where's the belief that the rule was voted for? It's
not
over.
Just him. Everyone where beside the house got murdered.
Yeah, that's the thing, the people working there. But I feel like it's one thing to say, I'm following the rules. It's another to go against the Earl. He has so much power in this community. So much for his paranoia. The guy is so freaking scared that he's going to be betrayed left and right, but he has a lot of power. And which is why he's using this power now before anyone decides to follow Ragnar, because he has the power to gather the masses. He's really good at, both brothers are good at waving their way through trouble and stuff, by making
They know
them...
how to speak well,
Yeah.
they're charismatic, and they're passionate about what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you look at them and you just want to follow. Like Ragnar, you look at him and you just want to follow him. He's just that good. And Rollo, once again, he surprises me this episode. I'm actually really happy that he's so loyal to his brother.
At first, I thought he might not know where he was.
Oh, but he did send a guy to Floki.
True.
He knows that if his brother's alive, there's only one place he could be. He told their friend, so he ended up there. If the friend could find Ragnar, Rollo can sure find him. But
Floki, you're growing up on me, man.
Floki's good, man.
Oh,
He's really good.
Rollo.
But
Floki too.
Rollo was great this episode. Like, shit, probably opened his mouth and stuff, and I'm like,
Woman loves cars.
that's the thing with Rollo. We feel like he would be ready to betray his brother any day, But then something truly important happens, and he stands by his brother's side. Now, I don't know if it's because between the Earl and his brother, he'd rather follow his brother because he thinks the Earl is weak and miserable, and he just finds him despicable. And his brother, as much as he'd like to be maybe on top and just be like him maybe as a ruler, take charge like his brother does so naturally, he's still his brother. So as much as he might resent Ragnar's natural way of becoming a leader, it's not enough for him to betray him to a guy that he doesn't really respect. Because, this guy, why follow him? These two brothers have been wanting to go west for so long, and they succeeded when they tried. They've amassed riches and they've won fights and they've proven their worth and their power so many times, and this guy just sits there scared that he's gonna lose the favor of the gods and just stealing lands, and they all know it. They can't do anything about it, but they all know it.
Yeah.
He's been, I don't know if it was the first time they ever met, but when he started kissing the Earl's wife, he was like, oh, and she's like pushing him away, and he's like, oh, I thought, they probably met before, so it's not the first time. So where's the respect? It probably doesn't exist if he's sleeping with his wife. So, shit.
What was it? I don't know if it is bad to sing, but I know that they just say that you don't betray, you don't kill your kind. So that may be why Rollo is so willing to follow his brother, even though is despite the fact that he's in charge of everything for now.
He did say,
Because
like...
blood is thicker than water and everything.
Yeah, and I mean, for all his flaws that we noticed in the earlier episodes, I think he lives by the... I'll not say the Viking code, but it's not what I want to say. More like their way of living, you know, what they preach, what valor a man should have to be, like, recognized as strong and deserving of the gods and going to Valhalla and stuff. He really lives by those rules. He said, like, to the Earl, I was born to fight, I was born to raid, I was born to do this, so let me do this. I feel like he doesn't want to lose his status in the village. He doesn't want to be sent away, because if he loses that, he loses his valor. He loses everything that kind of matters to him.
Speaking of valor, though, it's really funny that when in time of crisis, like when we saw when they were trying to heal Ragnar, both Athelstan,
What?
what
The priest.
the priest, both the priest and Ragnar's family pray to their gods because they need comfort, they need guidance.
That's another
through their
thing.
hard time.
Yeah, in the beginning of the episode, you could tell, and last episode too, I think, you could tell that the priest is being deceived a little bit. Like, he loses faith more and more every day in his god, because he, just like Ragnar, I think Ragnar didn't get any answer on top of the cliff, and as much as they say, oh, I'm being favored by my god, oh, I'm faithful to them, and even though I don't receive my answer, I keep praying and stuff. It's harsh for the morale when you're in a difficult situation. Like, Ragnar knows he's about to start something. He knows that there's a war that's looming on the horizon, and the Earl has lost total confidence and trust in him, and he's going to do something. He knows it. So he's seeking answers, and he doesn't get any. And the priest, he's living in a place that, I mean, he's loving the place more and more as time goes by, but I feel like he was taken away from his home. He's a slave. He's living in a place where if he goes on his merry way, he's going to probably get killed 2 times over, so...
Or worse, yeah.
Yeah, so there's that, and they both ask questions to their god, and they don't get answers. And over again, you keep asking, and you don't get anything. Ragnar got mad. Like, when he got asked, what did the gods tell you? He got mad because he didn't get an answer. He got nothing. So he's saying, oh, I mean, I'm gonna wait. Like, I'm gonna prepare because I'm not ready. But he's mad, and he's like, shut up. Just keep taking care of the fish, because it's almost like you feel abandoned in that moment.
Yeah.
Just like the priest, he's asking more questions about their religion, about how it works, how it was created, because he's challenging his own beliefs, his own faith. He was kind of forced to do it in the beginning, you know, with the hair and just...
But he's also fascinated by the unknown.
Yeah.
Where even though if you put the slave side aside, when you're in a different culture, in a different place, when you're learning something new every single day, new food, new way of thinking, new way of living, of doing stuff, new
Myths, yeah.
you're intrigued and you're curious about it, and you just intrigued by it, and you just want to learn more and more and more.
Yeah, especially him. Like, we knew he traveled. We know that he's been places to spread the word of God, but he still traveled. So he's got an open mind on a lot of things. So that's great. But like you said, no matter their doubts right now, yes, it's nice to see that now they lost everything, but their faith in each other. So all of them go back to praying and just hoping that a higher purpose, a higher person or God could help them in their time of need. Because, I mean, what is there other than faith when you've lost everything? Loki, though, had a really good answer to that, basically saying, you didn't lose anything. You have everything. You have your family, your children.
You're all alive.
Okay. Yeah.
You're okay.
He's got a very nice way of seeing things. And I mean,
well,
Loki,
it's true.
From what we've seen of him so far, he's kind of crazy a little bit. Like, he keeps laughing.
He's a free spirit.
He laughs. Yeah. He laughs a lot at other people's beliefs, especially when he doesn't understand them. Like, he burned the paper because it's something new that burns. He's fascinated by the destruction behind it, how easy it is to do it. He saw how they reacted when he was, spitting the wine everywhere. He finds it funny. But then you ask him real questions and you see that he's actually, I think he finds it funny because he believes so much in his own religion, in their own mythology, that it's just crazy to imagine that there's another one out there, you know? So he thinks they're stupid because they don't know the actual story. I think that's almost what's going on in his mind.
Probably.
But I really liked what he did this episode. His entire role in this episode was perfect.
He's a true friend.
Oh yeah, he cares.
A weird one, but a true friend nonetheless. And I said it earlier, but Ragnar was kind of right. He said it's funny that sometimes your god resembles my gods, and it's true. You could say whatever you want, but yes, religions from different part of the world are different. The details are different, but the basic, the core,
the same.
Stay the same.
What it preaches is mainly the same. You know, when I'm not per se, I'm not Christian per se, but my family is, and I don't like the idea of saying I'm an atheist because of my family, how they raised me and stuff. But usually when I would be asked, like, do you believe in God, I would say I don't believe in God the way he is portrayed in the Bible, for example.
You believe in superior forces, but
no, I don't believe in superior forces either.
No,
I believe I would say I believe that God is a representation of values that you need to follow in order to have a good life. So this would be my way of representing God to myself. You know, he represents, like, be good to the people around you, like values. He's not some guy up there that has power over us all. That's not how I see it. But if I go with my way of seeing things, like he represents values, then what my description of God basically fits with a lot of religions out there. It's just that instead of seeing God as a physical representation of something, I'd rather see it as a way of life, kinda. Just be generous, be open-minded, be kind to the people around you. Values to keep in order to be a good person. But yeah, if you take away the details, basically all religions just preach the same thing. Kind of. In this show, though, I gotta say, their religion is really intense compared to Christianity.
The details are really, really, really different.
But I mean, yeah, their religion kind of preaches strength and fighting and honor and stuff, whereas Christianity preaches something a little different. So, but still, it's nice to see these two cultures just merge together and they learn from one another. If only they could stop laughing whenever they ask questions to the priest. I'm like, maybe you'd want to learn too. Like, I'm like, you know, that you saw he was kind of hearing about the story of how the world was created, and it's fascinating. There's details and stuff, and then he gets asked, how do you think it was created? And he's like, you really want me to follow that story with my own story? Because our story is nice, but...
Can we describe it fashionably way?
What?
Can we describe it with excitement?
No. One day he got bored and he created everything. That's pretty much it.
Out of nothingness, he created the earth.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not a story. It's just, that's how it happened. Whereas theirs is I think it's a story in their religion because they need to see them as adventurers. The gods, they see them as adventurers, as fighters, warriors. So it needs to be fierce. It needs to be something that you can dream about. Something that you need in order to get motivated, because you want to meet these people. You want to die to feast with them when you die. So.
And on the other side, you got God that is almighty. This supreme force that you need to respect.
You cannot, in Christianity, I think you cannot even start comparing yourself to God. Although I would say that sometimes that's what they do, people, you know, they compare themselves.
But the basic thing with God is that God created humans to his own image, not perfect beings.
Yeah, anyway, it's a conversation that gets a bit dangerous.
We won't go there, guys. We won't go there.
There's nothing wrong with any religion, I feel like. I mean, like I said, I believe in what I believe. My family believes in something different.
There's no wrong in having faith.
Yeah. It's just it's interesting in the show like this to see two ways of thinking that are so different meet and learn from one another, and their mythology is so different from what we're used to, so it's amazing to hear about it.
True.
It's a great show. And by the way, the fight choreography was awesome in the beginning. Holy shit!
It was.
All right.
I'd like to talk about the arranged marriage between the daughter and the Earl from Sweden.
Sweden?
Sweden, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, I wouldn't like to be living in that time and be born from a noble lineage. No.
Especially, but I feel like the mom's reaction was genuine. If you think about it, she's the Earl's daughter in a culture where women are respected and they can stand for themselves and they can make their own decisions. So for her to be kind of sold to, I mean, the highest bidder, someone who's old, fat, and I mean, it's true, he's not that beautiful. I mean, the mom is basically saying that, who do you think our daughter is? Like, she's not a slave. She's not someone you can just order around like this. She deserves happiness. She deserves better.
She deserves to have a say in it.
As much as he's saying it's for her safety, he did add it's also for ours. I feel like he's, with knowing that Ragnar might not be dead, he's so scared that he's gonna lose, like I said, the favor of the gods, and he's gonna end up dead, that he wants allies, strong allies. So the only thing he had to offer was his daughter.
Yeah, I could at least talk to her about it beforehand.
Yeah, she would probably say no.
And say, look, we need alliances. Can you just wed one of the Earl that I'd send you off?
He's supposed to have all power, so I don't think he would. Anyway, we're gonna see next episode what Ragnar does and what the Earl answers to the challenge. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it's already on Patreon. The link is in the description.
So you know the trail, guys. You want to watch it now, you go down there, you click, and you subscribe.
Yes.
Or you wait for the next one to be up on YouTube. Sometime soon.
Yeah.
Alright.
Every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Alright. See you then, guys.
Bye.